Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Karen Mikowski. I'm the leading investigator in any of my cases, parapsychology or paranormal investigations. Welcome to the Butterfly Karen's energy talk. So this is part three. This is going to be the paranormal investigation I conducted on the 28th of October 2023 at 9:30 a.m. And this was actually at the location was a Boothill graveyard, Tombstone, Arizona, USA, for the people not in this country. Okay, so Tombstone, an interesting place energetically. So I'd heard about this cemetery because apparently it had been moved. Sort of relocated, but it was nice. I mean, it was nice, but the thing is, I heard a lot about because obviously Tombstone was more of a mining town, and obviously you can imagine Tombstone. I mean, just go and watch the movie. So, there's a lot of history, and it was the part of the Wild West, as we know. But I knew there was a lot of unknown graves, and the thing about unknown graves is it doesn't really sit well with me because I feel like we're all here. We are all here for however long we're here for. We all have we all have a role to play in this world and this life. So I feel like we should at least have our names um, in print somewhere. And I just feel like a lot of the energy, and I remember this is the energy tower I'm working with is like sort of like old energy, unless I'm working on a telepathy sort of case or obviously a paranormal investigation where I'm working on cold cases on missing persons. That's a little bit different, and they will be part of my tour. But the energy tour is also focused on the paranormal investigation side, working with aged energy. Now, the thing about old energy and aged energy, it's very interactive. It can be physically interactive. So I'm going to discuss a lot more about that in the next video. The private residence home, but it was also the original home of Emmett Kelly Jr. So, but there's more information on that one. Now, aged energy can be very interactive, verbally, physically, and you do not need to fear energy. You do not need to. I mean, it's not always. I mean, I've been literally pushed down a set of stairs by energy, but that was old energy. I mean, you can watch my other video for that. It's all to do with. You can go to my playlist and sort of see that one. But that was old energy. That wasn't like newbie energy where someone died like 10, 20, 30 years, even 50. I mean, I'm talking like, I find it's still rare, but somewhere like Tombstone, you've got a high influxation of very old energy. I mean, that's pretty energetically interactive. So I'm not surprised. I've heard of all the stories about people sort of getting touched and things like this. But um that's energy. It's interactive when the older it is, the more it's almost like a lot of people here they talk about, oh yeah, I always get touched, I always get felt. I mean when I'm sort of doing my stuff and I'm connecting to the 5D, my energy, my spirit team is always touching me, so I feel like I'm a face toucher because I'm always like, oh my god, the energy's all over me. I can feel it. It's nice. You don't need to be fearing sort of energy. Now, again, I'm not talking about like if it gets. I mean, seriously, if you start getting thrown around the freaking room, right? That's a little bit different. That's probably some sort of very negative. You're gonna need to call a priest for that. That's just a little bit different. But most of the time, it's not particular places that are sort of have residual energy. People have energy attached to them, so it doesn't even matter if you move. If that energy is attached to you, it's going with you. So you need to cleanse your energy field regularly, which is why I would do releasements for a reason. So if there is negative energy attaching to people's energy field, you don't want that lingering in your energy field. It can alter your moods. So you want to be releasing that. And I enjoy doing that energy releasements before they start literally absorbing all your energy and getting a little bit more power. Oh no, I just don't like the idea of anything in anybody's energy field anyway. So now if you're conjuring up yourself, right, for all your little wicked, weird crap that you do, and you're into like conjuring demons or stuff like that or deities, that's on you. Ooh la la. I mean, no, 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 no. But that's on you. And I'll tell you something else as well, which I do discuss in the spiritual video. You start conjuring up stuff like that, it's going to be very hard for you to get rid of that. You know, you're probably going to need a priest. I mean, I'm not going. I would never volunteer. I would never start doing energy releasements on people that have literally voluntarily using their own free will to conjure up deities and energies to hurt another human being with. Are you serious right now? I don't think so. So I'm against all of that sort of stuff. I mean, if you're going to start tampering with anything to do in the realm of spirituality or paranormal or anything like that, you don't do any harm to another human being at all. I don't care what your gods are telling you or anything like that. No, 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 no. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I think I discussed enough of the universal laws and stuff like that in different videos. I mean, just watch I've got different playlists for different things. But this, it was interesting because when I was when I was here at the Boothill graveyard, I mean, as soon as I sort of walked through the door and I walked into the outside, it was like I was instantly met with an energy, and I heard very clearly Indian warrior. Where was that Indian warrior? I didn't get the name of the Indian warrior, but I just heard Indian warrior, be still. So I'm okay. Well, I'm honoured that I've got an Indian warrior literally connecting to me. And of course I'm going to be still because I was going into slight meditated state anyway. It was nice. It was nice. So that was the first energy that came through. But like I say, there's at least 70 odd unknown gravestones in that cemetery, and I just felt like as I'm walking around, I'm thinking, this is just wrong, you know. Everybody should have a name. A name should be imprinted on, somewhere in history. Which is why I'm so weird about. I like. I mean, obviously, I'm very copyrighted from head to toe and everything I do. But it's also because I like the fact that I'm in print. I mean, even when I'm long gone, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be. There's going to be a piece of me that's left here, a legacy of me. It doesn't have to be famous or anything like that. But there will be a legacy of me, absolutely. And I think everybody should leave a small legacy of themselves behind. You need to leave your name in print or put your story, your life story in print somewhere. So, like I say, there was at least 70 odd gravestones that were unknown. And once I was really tapped in, I was able to get, I believe, at least 20 names. And obviously, I'm going to do some research, but I'm also going to send this data report to the historians in the area too. And then I'll like touch base with some of my historian friends anyway, who are into sort of like the Wild West and all that kind of beautiful stuff, history here. And I'll just sort of send that over, and because they know their stuff. I'm not a historian. I mean, I'll gather the data, and then that's my fun side. Theirs is like really digging deep, and I'm okay with it. So I it's like, please take that data, see what you can find. It's interesting. Um, so I feel like some are going to get a kick out of this because it's really good research. But if we can tally up some of these names to we can actually put names back on those gravestones. But obviously the historians will have to do some rigorous research to make sure they were actually here. And I feel like there's a lot of immigration stuff going on too because I was connecting with an Irishman, a Dutchman, Chinese. What else was there? And obviously an Indian warrior. So I'm just going to sort of I'm going to I'm just going to sort of reel off the list of names I was getting and the information that was coming through from those names too. But I was quite happy that I got 20 names. I mean, out of 70, I think it was like 77. That's quite nice. I mean, that's not a bad start. I wasn't expecting to get that many, so even I was like interestingly surprised, which is great. So, But yeah, now the research of this starts obviously now. Getting the names is one thing. Making sure they actually were there is going to be a time consuming. But obviously in the future, once I get data, once my data is being, um, so the ones obviously coincided with a historian's data and whatever they get, obviously I'm going to do a lot of update videos. Because again, it's research and it's for parapsychology and paranormal science. So obviously, I need it's the only way I can get proof. It's the only way I can gather data. The data is everything to me. So it was nice. I can't, like I said, I got I got plenty of names. So I'm going to start anyway. So in the distance, I heard Leon or Leo, could be Leon, but Fitzroy. So I put down Leo and Leon Fitzroy. Came out like that. It was really weird. I'm like, the second name was Estelle. I mean, obviously, I wanted surnames and everything, but energy, it's fleeting, it's fast. You've got to grab what you can. That's the thing. Um, and then there was an energy by the name of McFarland on that gravestone. But as I feel like I was on row 4. By the time I got to row 4, I heard the name McFarland again. So I feel like there's another energy related and connected to the other McFarland that's already there. So it's possible there is another McFarland there too. Then I heard Boris, and then I heard Kelly. These could, I mean, even though I'm sort of reeling off these names, these could be surnames, middle name, but these are the names I was hearing. Then I heard Sebastian Hagar, and then I heard Dutch. So I feel like I was connected to a Dutchman who went by the name of Sebastian Hagar. So that's going to, if the surnames, it's great because it's going to be a lot easier and faster to sort of either rule them in or rule them out. So, and then the next name I had was Dorian. And then the next name I had Lucinda Seal. Siel. Sierra India Echo Lima. Lucinda Seal. So I feel like there could be a little bit some Italians too. Definitely European. Then I hear the name Al Unli. And then I felt like there was I feel like there might be a Chinese connection to that name. And there was a lot of other Chinese names in it. I mean, there was a lot of Chinese in the already in the graveyard anyway. So I just kind of assumed there's another connection with another one by the name Alton Lee. Then I had Parkinson. And then the 11th name I had was Cornelius. And then the 12th name I had was Patrick Grant, known as Irish Paddy. Patrick Grant. So, okay then. So the 13th name I had was Alexander. The 15th name I had was Sylvester. The 16th name was Malcolm. Now the 17th name, I had prostitute. And then nickname, but I had Honeybee, like honey, like the bee, and then the honey bug the other way around. Honeybee. So I feel like that was a nickname for a prostitute known back then in Tombstone. Honeybee. Honey. Okay. So the 18th name I had was Francesca. Yeah. And then 19th name I had Christine Wentworth. So again, it's great when there's like surnames. And then the 20th name I had R.J. Miller. R.J. Alpha Romeo, J for Juliet, Miller. R.J. Miller. Now, a few little sort of like clairaudience messages that came through from this energies. So I had a mail saying he let the cat out the bag. Okay, just random conversations, but then I heard another mail stating it's all counterfeit. And then another male, I had Old Man Gaudy. So Gord is another name. It could be Gordon, it could be anything, but it's good to look into it. Old Man Gaudy got the last of it. This means nothing to me. Old Man Gaudy got the last of it. And then I had Madame Delmore. So there could have been a French lady, probably a prostitute, or even a madam, anything like that, or madame. But it's possible. But Delmore, I just had Madame Delmore. Okay. And then obviously, I mean, the first name I've got Indian Warrior and then Be Still. So I felt like that was a really good start to sort of connecting with energy. Trying to get the intention was purely names only. Obviously, I could hear them coming in and like, God, he got the last of it, and obviously, and like, it's all counterfeit. Okay, sure it is. So, but it's not a bad start. Now, if I can sort of tally some of these up with, through rigorous research, and that's a process. We really look into it. But we need evidence. We need proof that these people really were there as well before we can even sort of petition to have names. Some of those stones renamed. But again, I'm going to leave that stuff to the historian side of it anyway. But I felt like it was a good start to at least get some names. And then obviously in the future, I mean, I'll go back and see if I can get more. So that was a very interesting morning for me to sort of get started. Well, obviously, it was like a full moon. It was a full moon weekend. It was a Halloween weekend. So the energy was just like, but it was great. That doesn't bother me at all. If anything, it's more, a lot of the energy will sort of, during sort of lunar periods and stuff, energy can be really come out the shadows and everything. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is about that sort of, it's like a gravitational pull, like just magnets to the energy. And I just come forward. I don't know. Um, but yes, so that is Boothill Graveyard in Tombstone in Arizona, the USA. Definitely worth a visit. If you're a fan of Tombstone, the movie and stuff like that, like White Herb and all that kind of good stuff. I believe uh, I was always a kid. I was always a major fan of Billy the Kid, but apparently he was from New Mexico though. But yeah, and then I believe he was from New Mexico. I mean, I have to check my facts, but obviously he came into Arizona. And it would have been cool to. I mean, I would love to have sort of like connected to his energy just to see if he was there, but um, I mean, a totally different time periods, obviously. But I wasn't there. I wasn't going there to sort of. I mean, I grew up watching only like Wild West movie, films and stuff like that, black and whites, and even back then as a kid, I was always like Billy the Kid. Billy. I mean, I don't know. I probably had a bit of a crush on him for some strange way. I don't know what it was. Um, Maybe that was the pull to Arizona, the desert, the Wild West, just as you do. But yeah, I always had a and actually, it's interesting because when I was doing the paranormal investigation, which is in a different video later that evening, I mean, I was like connected to a lot of it. But again, because it was a mining town, and there was obviously a lot of crazy stuff that went on back then. Over the period of over time, so many different sort of things. I mean, I'll be discussing it, but there's stuff like arsenic poisoning, and so there's a lot of research. I've got to sit down with my historian friend and go, oh my god, just check that out, and find out if that was true. So, but more on that in the next video. But anyway, yeah, so it's definitely worth a visit if you do get to Tombstone. Definitely go and take a little, walk around Boot Hill Graveyard. I mean, I feel like it's well protected by the Indian warrior, um, so a little bit of respect there, just as you do. Now, I mean, I respect all energy anywhere. It doesn't matter where I go, whether I'm in a house or it does not matter where I go. Um, I do respect energy, but I don't. Um, if an energy tells me what to do, I'm going to do the opposite. I treat energy no different to whether they're alive, because energy intrusion, like let's just say, for example, just my house is spooky, right? I feel like I've got energy in the house, probably have it. I mean, it might not residual, it might be just like transient, it might be flowing through because that happens a lot too. But let's just say, for example, you feel like you've been intruded by energy. You treat them no different to you would if they was alive. Like, sorry, I didn't invite you in my house. Get out. You need to be that self-possessed and firm with energy. If you start freaking out, like, oh my god, they're going to stick around because the more you're fearful and the more you're worried and stressed out, they're going to attach to your energy because it's like an energetic boost to them. So you need to take self possession and go, I'm sorry, I did not invite you into my shower. Get out. you know? I mean, I'm surrounded by an amazing spirit team. I really am because of what I do. But that doesn't mean when I go to, I'm like, privacy, please, thank you. And like the moment I close that door or anything like where I want some private time or like my private me time, right? It's a case of privacy, please. That's just it. And they will literally give me privacy, but otherwise, so, because they protect my energy field. So, but yes, I'm looking for. I mean, I felt like when I left Boothill, I felt like I had some sort of transient residual energy. I sort of, oh my God, what was this little ball of light that just walked into the graveyard? Oh my God, like I could feel them trying to attach, but my team was having none of that. Like, no, it was not, that's it. She came and said hi and all that beautiful stuff, and she did what she needed to do, but leave her alone. That's what it's like. But it's perfectly normal. So I shall let you people know how we get on with this one. Um, Tombstone, it is a spooky little town. La, la. And while I'm here, I actually stayed at the Grand Hotel, I believe it was. Um, just like literally the next hotel. Is it like the Lookout Hotel? Something like that. I recommend that place more than the other one. Um, that's just my preference. It was a little bit, well, no, it was around about the same price, but it was worth it. Um, I felt it was anyway, but that's just me. I don't want to get into the intricate details as to why, but once I sort of changed my mind to stay again, I rechecked in and I was nicely surprised, and it was quite nice. So I was happy. But I mean, you get what you pay for. Um, literally like 3 minutes up the road from Tombstone Little. It's just right there. It's got a beautiful view. And all the amenities. So I think it's like 3-star hotel. Just do it. It's if you're going to be there for a weekend, I highly recommend that place. I'll put the link in too. I mean, I'll put the link in for the Grand Hotel too, right? Because I am fair and balanced. But I'll put the link in for the other hotel too, which I'll put next to my professional. If I go back to Tombstone, I'm going to stay there. Put it that way. So, right. That, my friends, was CCMP 53. Interesting times. It's going to be an interesting energy tour. Like I say, I am starting with Arizona first, then I'll sort of go, but I will eventually be going global. I'll be taking this global. But even when I sort of go global, I'm going to be doing so many different types of everything right down to scientific research. I'm going to leave that one there, and I will see you all again very soon. So stay on the tour with me. Oh, and just don't forget to, if you do like my sort of stuff, just hit that little like button, share, subscribe, help me sort of push out the channel. I feel like it's going to go viral next year. I know so, but it just helped with the channel. And you can hit that little bell because I'm always putting up videos. So if you want notifications of when one's I mean, it's like you don't know what I'm going to be putting out there. I mean, it could be a paranormal investigation, it could be a cold case, it could be a ministry, it could be intuitive intelligence, all that beautiful stuff. So you just never know what's going to be like. Whoo, she's active this week. So, other than that, I will see you all again very soon.